Mike Hooper is the CEO of the Commonwealth Games Federation. He gave an interview to Headlines today in which he said that things seem to be under control and Delhi should not be unduly worried. People should come out and support the games. Mr. Hooper, when we're finding out, now Headlines today has in its possession these files extracted from the chairman's office which really detail the contracts that have been given for various overlay procedures and works, right? Now in this we find out that umbrellas are being hired, fridges are being bought and treadmills are being hired for more than it will cost to buy the costliest treadmill from Harrods. As the CEO of the Commonwealth Games Federation, as the one independent voice in India overseeing preparations, what sense do you make of this, Mr. Hooper?
Well, Rahul, I think, clearly it's of concern if contracts are being let at awarding work at higher rates, similar to the issue that was raised by the CBC in regard to venues. You're talking about the overlays. I'm not privy to the individual breakdowns and I don't have the documentation that you're referring to. However, that is of concern. I know that it's something that has been raised earlier today and will be taken up at a board meeting of the organising committee in the next few days. Clearly there is a requirement for a wide range of overlay and equipment, and that needs to be procured. But at the same time, it needs to be procured in a professional manner and at appropriate pricing.
What are you going to do about it? You've sounded the alarm bell. You've said there is need to investigate. This is really tarnishing India's reputation immensely, because in all the Commonwealth Games countries I was seeing, the story is being picked up, and this really tarnishes our reputation as a country which really wants to project its external might, but when it comes to organizing a game, this is the sort of sham and charade we put up.
Well, I think it points to that there may well be inappropriate behaviour by certain people in certain places, and that's a matter that's subject to appropriate investigation, as one of the other speakers said earlier tonight. And, if there's action needs to be taken, and it should be taken against those held responsible, and I'm sure that's something that we'll look into in the future. What I think we all need to focus on at the moment is to delivering the games in the next 8 weeks. There's a lot of issues still surrounding the venues, operational delivery of the games as a consequence of the delay in the organising committee getting access to those venues, and that's what I'm focused on. All these issues that are coming up in the last week or so regarding potential corruption charges and things, absolutely it's of great concern, and absolutely it should be investigated. But at the same time, for the very reason you just said about India being a proud nation and India being able to deliver games at the Commonwealth and the athletes of the Commonwealth can be proud of, I think we need to focus on identifying what has to be done in the next 8 weeks, getting that done, and all the postmortems subsequently and the investigations can follow from that.
Today is also the first working day of August. This is when all the stadia were supposed to be ready, handed over to the organising committee. We know that that hasn't happened. Even the stadia that have been handed over to the organising committee are nowhere close to ready. How concerned are you about that, Mr. Hooper?
I think very concerned would be, the CGF is very concerned about that, and we have been saying so for the last 12 to 18 months. Mr. Fennell himself, our president, has been using terms like he was very distressed at the delays and things like that. As back in December, he was a bit more encouraged in March, April, but unfortunately we're at a situation now where the government agencies, SAI, DDA, CPWD, NDMC and PWD, everyone seems to be pointing fingers at everybody else, but let's be clear, they are responsible for delivering these venues. And the organising committee itself, and they're, from a venue operations point of view, have not been able to get access to do their plans properly. Not making any excuses. We've got 60 days left now to adjust plans accordingly, because the Commonwealth arrives and will be competing on the 3rd of October.
Okay, for the moment, Mr. Mike Hooper, many thanks.